Hey guys, and welcome to the newest episode of Modified Tile Bag Scrabble, where I'll be taking on Quackle in a game of periodic table Scrabble. Now, the way this variant works is that every letter that represents an element of the periodic table will be worth that element's atomic number in points. So, for instance, the H's are worth 1 point because H represents hydrogen on the periodic table and hydrogen has an atomic number of 1. Now, U's on the flip side are going to be worth a whopping 92 points because U represents uranium, which has an atomic number of 92. So I'll post all of the letters here that represent an element. There are 14 of them, and I've also posted their corresponding point values. So you can see there's a very wide range of point values that we're going to want to watch out for. The remaining 12 tiles, which do not represent an element, are all going to be worth 0 points, as will the 2 blanks. The normal tile distribution of 100 tiles holds. So it's going to be a pretty wild game, I think, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so it looks like we're first, and as you can see, we've got one O, which represents oxygen and is worth 8 points, and everything else on our rack is worth 0. So, I'm kind of thinking I might want to trade 6 here, because this is a really bad rack. You really don't want to keep 0-point tiles in this game. And I don't really think bingoing is going to be that useful. When you have U's worth 92 points, and I's worth 53, and W's worth 74. I'm just feeling like we're going to see a lot of massive plays here that don't involve bingoing. So I just don't think the 50-point bonus is going to be very relevant. And, I mean, I guess I could play, like, Tardo or something for... That's not even much. It's 32. Yeah, that's, like, nothing, because all 4 of the first 4 tiles are worth 0. And it keeps LX, which is a terrible leave. So, yeah, I think I'm going to trade 6, obviously keeping the O. I mean, do I even want to keep the L? Probably, right? Like, I could also make the argument I want to turn over more tiles for the I's and the U's, because the I's and the U's are probably the best tiles in this game. Especially the U's. Like, I could even argue for not keeping the O, to be honest. But I think just for insurance, for keeping 1 vowel, it's reasonable. It's still 8 points, it's not bad. So I'm going to trade 6. Okay, this doesn't look that much better, unfortunately. I mean, I do have another O and the V, and wow, so Quackle... already opening... Fortunately, it couldn't double the I or the U, but it plays Geek for 290. Because the I, once again, is 53 and the U is 92. So, I mean, I think I'm going to want to use this U somehow. Like, I don't think I want to trade again. This is unfortunately not a good rack, though. Especially the J. Like, the 0-point tiles that are really hard to use, like I had the X last turn, are really bad. Unfortunately, J, Q, X, Z are all worth 0. None of them are an element. In case you're wondering, zinc is not Z, it is ZN. So, yeah. Alright. I mean, the V is not horrible. It's 23. I don't know. I mean, do I just play Judo? That's what? That's 100. Like, that's still gotta be better than trading, right? Like, I feel like I want to use this U so that he can't use it again. I don't know. I don't really like this play, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, so that looks decent. So, alright, it plays Idea. Ooh, how about Pavier and Poi using the blank? Like, I don't think the blank is super valuable in this game. And, I mean, that's a boatload of points, isn't it? Like, how many points is that? That's 46, 99, 107, 321, 374. I think that's 382 points. Oh, you know, see, okay, one thing I didn't think about with Judo, come to think of it, is, yeah, the I goes there for a lot. I was giving back so many points, right? Idea scored 326, because the I is worth 53. Yeah, okay, I keep forgetting the I is worth 53, and yeah, the U's are worth 92, okay. Yeah, so I probably shouldn't have played that. That's just so counterintuitive, thinking of giving back an I bomb. But, okay, yeah, that was definitely a bad play. Judo, because I forgot that he could drop an I for like 300 there. We're going to definitely need to watch out for that. Yeah, the I's and the U's. Also, the W's are worth 74, Y's are worth 39. Okay, so kind of learning as we go here. But yeah, I feel like Pavier has to be right. I mean, keeps a V, which is not bad. And I just don't see how I can score anywhere near that many points otherwise. I mean, Aviator is actually a bit, because it puts the I on the double, but it's actually almost as many points. That's 106, Yeah, it's like 270 instead of 380, or I think 380 or so is what I said Pavier scored. Can I triple the I? Probably not. No, Moirai doesn't work. Alright, let's just play Pavier. Yeah, 382. Alright, we get a W, which is nice. See what we can do with it. It plays Mon for... Okay, 97. That's not a lot. So I can bomb the W with win here. I mean, that's about 300 points. That's gotta be worth it, right? Because, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, my other titles... Oh, yeah, the S is 16. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, Silicon is a thing. So, yeah, the S is worth 16. That's not bad for an S, actually. Yes, the G, E, and T are all worth 0. The C is worth 6 for carbon. It's okay, but it's not great. So, alright, yeah, I mean, if I just want to maximize my score, I guess 2. And that's, what? That's 148, 296. Well, I get the I, too. Yeah, that's like 350. It's pretty solid. Give me a lead. I don't want to do this, though, because, well, that's actually a lot fewer than 2. And also, it gives back easy overlaps if he has an E, right, with U, and that's just a 350. So I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to give back easy plays with the high point tiles. I guess there's also this ideas hook. That would be pretty good. Yeah, if I can get a 5 with the S. I think I'm going to just play 2. I obviously hate that leave of CGVS, but it's too many points. I think I need to do it. Yeah, 364. Alright, so it plays Lino for 174, and I think I need to trade here, because, yeah, I mean, I have the Q, which is just dreadful. I'm not down a ton. I have to hope it doesn't score a lot. So I definitely want to keep the S for ideas. Probably the V, right? I mean, it's 23 points. I don't think the C is worth keeping for only 6. Like, I really need some I's. Like, the bot has been really using its I's well, or some U's. I think I should keep the V, though, right? I mean, it's still 23 points. Like, I think it's gotta be worth it to keep the V. So I'm gonna, I mean, maybe it's not. Like, the U's are worth 92. Is it possible I should trade the V? It also does make my rack clunky. Like, I should 100% trade, I think I should even trade the E, because it's worth 0. So do I keep, the S is definitely worth keeping. Do I keep the V? It feels so weird to trade a 23-point tile. Like, I know it does. Huh. I don't know. Like, the I's and the U's are so valuable. And I really don't want to end up getting an overload of consonants either. It's a tough call whether to trade the V. It's probably better to just keep it. It's still 23 points. Like, yeah, let's keep it. Okay, that's... See, I'm getting all these high pointers, which sucks, but at least I drew the U. So... Alright, it plays Holtz, and that's a lot. That's 200 points. Yeah, but what can I really do with this? This is pretty bad. Huh. Yeah, I really feel like I'm just not drawing that well with all these high pointers, unfortunately. Like, I'd love to use this U for 500 somehow, if I can get multiple overlaps, but it's not easy to do. And it's my only Val now. Like, I wonder if I should trade again and, like, maybe just forget the V. Maybe just keep US and try for a huge play next turn. I mean, I can score, like, I can score 300 points. Right? Like, I can do that. But do I really want to? Keeping ZTV? Maybe? I don't know. This leave is just terrible. This gives back a lot, too. I don't know, because he can triple with an I. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I really don't think that's smart. Like, it feels so weird to trade when I can score 300. I mean, this is probably... That's like 250-ish, I think. But also lets him double the U. Like, I don't want to use the U in a way that lets him just... I guess I could play Bust, just to... Actually, that's a lot of points. How many points is that? Because I get the W and the I. Let's do some math. So 92, so that's roughly 180-ish for the U. Another 100 for the S, because it's triple both ways. So 280-ish. It's like 400. Huh. That's a lot of points. Yeah, I don't think I can pass up 400 points. Well, yeah, I think I gotta do it. I mean, DVZ, if I can draw a few vowels, like, that's maybe salvageable. I still have the V. Yeah, it's 427 points, guys. Like, I gotta do it. No! Ugh, and it plays input for 334. Yeah, that's the problem with Bus. It just gave him so many points with that U. I think I gotta play Quiz now. I mean, I'm just gotta get rid of these high pointers. The K is actually worth 19. That's not terrible. K for potassium. See, what I'd love to do, though, is also... Oh, I guess I could have played... I didn't see. I could have played Tui here last turn. I mean, that would have only been like 300-something, though. Because if I get the U here, like, I'm looking at possible plays like this, which unfortunately don't work. Like, if I can get the U there, then... Because that's 92 times 4. Yeah, that's like 360. So that would be like 400 points automatically. But I gotta shed this Q and this Z. I'm just getting absolutely bombarded by these high point tiles. And again, none of the J, Q, X, and Z are worth anything in this game. Yeah, I think I have to play Quiz. I mean, it's still like... It's still almost 300 points, because I get the U and the I. Yeah, it's 290 points. It's not bad, actually. It's really not that bad. So, alright, let's do that. Alright, well, I draw a few A's, which will at least help me burn through some of these tiles. And it plays Oxy, and it's a pretty close game now. I'm down 76, which is not much for this game. And, alright, what do I have for scoring tiles? I've got the K and the V. The F is for fluorine. It's worth 9. Not bad. Oh, I have, Flava. That's gotta be a lot, right? I mean, well, maybe it's not a ton. So the V is 46, 55. Actually, that's only like, it's only 165. I thought it was going to be more. Yeah, it's not... See, I think what I'm realizing, guys, the more I play this is... Like, I really don't even think the Vs are that good. Like, I think this game is just all about the Is and the Us. Maybe the W is nice too, but, like, the Is and the Us are just so powerful because they're so easy to overlap. And, like, what I'm noticing, too, is now there's this spot here next to Holtz, right? And, like, an I there is going to score, well, 200, I guess. So maybe I should block that? Like... Yeah, but I don't want to do this, because then he can triple the I just as easily. Like, I think you just have to concede that an I there is going to score a lot. I think I'm going to do this, because it also turns over tiles well, and gives me more chances to draw an I or the last U, which will be huge. So let's do that. Dang it. Ugh. Yeah, it plays in for 385. Yikes. And I draw a bunch of tiles that are worth, like, nothing. Although the Y is actually worth 39. I forgot about the Y. I guess he played one before. Yeah, Y, which stands for yttrium, is worth 39 points, which isn't terrible. I don't know where I can really use it for a lot. Maybe here. Maybe I just play, like, Seri. I mean, I guess I could do Scary, too, but it's 313. It puts that Y there, but... It does turn over an extra tile. I think that's probably a good play. Yeah, I mean, 313 is pretty solid. It gets me a bunch of turnover for the I's and the U. I mean, the Y there, it's not that bad, because, like, he can score probably about 150 pretty easily. That's not massive in this game. And at least maybe opens another spot besides the other I spot. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I think it's reasonable. Yes, let's go. I got 2 I's. That's big. Deer. Okay, that's not that many, though. That's not that many. That's only 171, and he used a blank. It's a good play, though, yeah, he got rid of a bunch of garbage there. He had a lot of 0-point tiles. Okay, so this is the moment of truth now, guys. So I've got, 5 tiles that score nothing, and 2 I's that score 53 points each. So, I have to imagine, I'm down 150, which is not a lot. I want to play here next to high. And the real question is, do I want to use both I's? Like, I can score a ton. I mean, this is... Well, how much is this, actually? Is it that much? Because it's... Well, 53, 106, 159, so 318, 326, 379, if I'm not mistaken. 381. Okay, I was close. It's hard to do math with... Oh, I forgot to double the H. That's why. Yeah, 381. Okay. So 381 for meaty. It's an option. What else? Like, okay, so if I just play, say, dim, how many fewer points is that? So that's 53, 106, 107. So that's like 220. So it's like 160 less. See, what I'd love to do... Oh, maybe I should... If I do that, I should probably play mid. That's actually nice, because that sets up my other eye. Is it worth it, though? Because, like, applying the other eye immediately also gets me... It gets me, like, 150 more. And if I overlap the eye there, I mean, I'll be scoring, like, another 250. Like, I'm not sure that's worth it. I might be better off just scoring the extra 150 now. Like, it's a lot more points. Huh. Tough call. Yeah, I think I should just play meaty and take as many points as I can. That's... I feel like that's probably better. I'm not sure, but I feel like that's the best option here. I mean, I don't think there's anywhere I can score, like, over 300 with just one eye, right? Like, there's no triples to use it on. Can I can't play anything to this L and Flava with the eye there. Iridol is not good, or anything like that. Alright, yeah, I think meaty. Just keep scoring as much as we can. Oh, I got the U. Alright, that's big, too. I have owl-rated, actually, as a bingo. Yeah, I mean, bingoing has just not even been on my radar screen, but the 50-point bonus isn't that big in this game, like I said earlier. I don't think owl-rated actually plays anymore. Alright, we're up 100, and we have the last U, so that's big. I mean, I can play Tui for, like... I mean, that's like 400 points. I mean... That seems good. It also doesn't really allow him to use the U back for much, which is very good. I mean, I don't think I have any place where... Oh, wait, I have... What am I doing? I have Lu. Oh, I can do this. That's... Wait, this is like 700 points. Isn't it? Like, so, okay, I mean, the ARA are nothing, but that's 92 times 6, which is 552. Plus 53. Yeah, that's 605 points, guys. I mean, I just kind of win on the spot. Yeah, I almost missed that. Yeah, he just opened up a huge U spot there with his last play. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's probably best, right? I mean, that or Uria, they all score the same, because everything else is worth 0 on this rack. So, yeah, I think that's 605. 613. Wow, my math is terrible with this. Why is it 613? Isn't it 552 plus... Oh, the O is 8. That's why. I misread that A is a 0. Yeah. The O is 8. Okay. Yeah, O is 8 for oxygen. Okay, that's why it's 613 instead of 605. It's very hard to do math in this game, but either way, it's a lot of points, and I'm feeling pretty good now about our winning chances. So this has been a good comeback. We started out a little bit rough. We were down 500 early, now we're up 700. No U's left. One I left. There is a W, though. Yeah, the W we're going to have to watch out for, because the W is worth 74. W, once again, the chemical element for tungsten, and I believe, for those wondering, the reason tungsten is W, which sounds a little weird, is that another name for tungsten is wolfram, and wolfram, of course, starts with a W. Wolfram is an acceptable Scrabble word, and I believe it does mean an alternate form of tungsten, so I believe that is why tungsten is a W, for those of you who are wondering. But, okay, not out of the woods yet, guys. Like I said, there's a W unseen, which is worth 74. There's an I unseen, which is worth 53. So, we still have to be careful. Now, he just opened a triple there, which is probably a smart play. I think I need to block that. So, probably just bonged. I mean, that's scores as well as I can, gets rid of a bunch of tiles. I guess it does give back a big W spot. Like, if he has a W, he's going to score 300 there, but he has this big spot under the E in Scary anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, that'll get me, I mean, not a lot, it's like 60, but mostly it just kind of burns through tiles, gets some turnover, and blocks that spot. Oh, okay, I have B paints. That was a bingo. And it plays Tor for 108 with Aurar. Alright, I mean, I guess I just play B Paints, right? Like, it's still, I mean, yeah, I have the I. Okay, I mean, that's still going to be a lot of points. Is that my highest scoring bingo? Because I have some 7s here, too, but they're probably not going to play. Sapient, Spinate, Panties, and Patines. I don't think any of them play. How about to this L? Panelist, Pantiles, and Planist? Nope. So I think B Paints. I mean, how many points is that, actually? It's pretty high scoring. 5, 20, 73, 80, 96 times 3, which is 288 plus 50, 338? Yeah, I got it right this time. Okay. Yeah, 338 for B Paints. That looks pretty good. And it plays... Oh, why is it doing that? Oh, to block the W bomb. Okay. And I drew the W. Wow, that's actually absurdly lucky, pulling the W like that in the end game. And as long as you don't get caught with it, now I'll just go out with EW for 148, I guess, right? I mean, yeah, that looks pretty good. Wait, is that more than... No, it's more here, right? Because that's... Yeah, that gets the... Oh, also, that's 156. That's a couple more points. So let's do that. And yeah, we win the game by a score of 3,617 to 2,549. So, wild game, and kind of a crazy turnaround. We were down 516 after 2 turns, and then kind of caught up, and then just, yeah, drew really well at the end. And that U-bomb for 613 was, I think, the key. That really... And drawing the 2 eyes after Scary really gave me the initiative, and then pulling that U after he opened that spot kind of sealed the deal. So definitely a roller coaster of a game. I feel like I played pretty well, but I'm curious to just kind of go generate the choices and see what I missed. So yeah, here obviously in the opening rack, like I said, I mean, I can play Tardo for 32, but that's just not worth it. You can see, based on how many points we scored, 32 is fairly meaningless. So yeah, interesting call by Quackle here, playing Geek. I wonder... I guess for 290, is it worth getting rid of all that firepower? You have 2 eyes in the yoke. I'm just curious if I... Like, I don't know. Maybe even Gage keeping the 2 eyes? No, I doubt that. Like, I'm curious if I sim Geek versus, like, literally exchanging AEGG, which looks crazy keeping IIU, I know. But, like, I'm curious if I sim these, what comes up ahead. Probably... Yeah, it's probably still worth it. I mean, it's 290 points. And IIU is clunky enough that you're not that likely to have a ton of flexibility. And Geek still keeps an eye, actually. Yeah. Okay, no, that makes sense. That does make sense. Okay. Fair enough. And you set up GI overlaps and stuff, too. So, okay, fair enough. Yeah, Judo here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would have been probably better. I think I got a little too fixated on getting rid of the J here. And again, the biggest problem, guys, with this play, which I forgot about, is it gives back massive eye bombs. Because... the I is not worth 1 point, it's worth 53 points. If he has an I there, he basically scores 300 plus on the spot, which is exactly what happened. So I obviously don't want to allow that. Also, the W would score like 400 plus, because that's worth 74. So yeah, this was definitely a mistake strategically. I mean, the J is a horrible tile in this game, because it's worth 0, and it's a J, and it's hard to use. So it's a horrible tile. I think getting rid of it is good, but... I probably shouldn't have done it at that expense. Yeah, Voodoo looks like a great play. The D doesn't take an I or a U or anything. It really doesn't give a lot back. It scores 139 points. Yeah, I mean, JAR is just dreadful, though. It doesn't have any non-zero tiles, so I don't know. It's a horrible lead. Maybe this to keep the O's at least. But here, at least, you get more turnover for some I's. I don't know. Tough turn. Nothing really stands out. I don't think my play is correct just because it gives back so much. And we see Quackle immediately capitalize. It has Dioxane, which I don't think actually plays, but yeah, idea looks pretty good. Keeps the X, which isn't great. I guess, how about Dioxane and DO? Is that... Oh, it's 100 less points, huh? Interesting. Yeah, it's 90 fewer points or so. Oh, how about... No, Index is the play for sure. Oh, yeah, Index is totally the play. I mean... Yeah, no, I don't know why. I guess I wanted to keep the N, but the N isn't that good. The N is only worth 7 in this game. As we've seen, that's not that much. Getting rid of the X, which is a huge liability as a 0-point tile, is way, way, way more important than keeping his 7-point N. So this is, I am pretty confident of significant strategical gaffe by Quackle here, not playing Index and getting rid of the X. Here, I feel like Pavier has to be right. I guess I could have scored almost as much. Even Vivers, wow, that's 304 because it doubles the I twice. Vivas is 343 because it hooks Geeg and gets the I and the U. Interesting. I think Pavier is fine. I mean, the V is worth 23, so it's still a pretty decent tile. And yeah, I don't have any way to score, wow, Vivaria for 290. That's pretty cool. Definitely, well, actually it puts a blank eye in the triple line, so it's not that scary. I don't know, I think Pavier is fine, though. Oof, really, Quackle. Playing Mon, keeping, yeah, H and NX. I think it should trade. I mean, I know it's 97, but... I want to sim this against trade 7. Maybe you keep an O. Yeah, let's say trade 6. I feel like keeping an O is good just to avoid disaster consonant scenarios. So, yeah, I was pretty sure this would sim better. Because, again, 97 is nice, but it's not a massive score by any means in this game. And H and NX, I mean, the N's, they're worth 7, but, like, you're not going to get a huge play just with N's. You really need I's and U's in this game. They're so important. And getting the extra turnover and also shedding the H and the H is worth 1 point. It's terrible. The X is worth 0. It's absolutely terrible. You can't keep H and NX in this game. You have to keep a good leave to respond to openings and just keep the scoring pressure. And this is, I think, another sizable strategical error by Quackle. Now here, I mean, I sort of go against my own advice, keeping a horrible leave of CGSV, but at least the S and the V score well, and I get so many points. Yeah, I don't think I should play Stu. I mean, the S has got to be worth a good amount to keep, especially with this ideas spot, which I ended up using. And yeah, I mean, I hate keeping a bad leave. I mean, see, the G is pretty bad too. I don't know. I think 2 is fine. Like, it's a bad leave, but it's 364 points. That's a little different than 97. Yeah, and here, again, I just don't think Quackle is managing its leaves very well. And this is probably, again, due to Quackle, the championship player, only looking through the top number of choices on static. And this just scores so many points more than its next options. But this X is just really, really cramping it in terms of its ability to generate choices. So maybe, how about Axion here? Yeah, like, this is a way better play. I mean, well, is it? Because you give back that I on the double. Maybe not. HNOX is so bad. Yeah, this is why I think on that Mon turn, like, you gotta trade. You gotta get rid of those high point tiles as soon as you can. And that's sort of what I did here. I mean, no. That can't be right. Come on. I mean, yeah, it's 193, but if I keep S or SV, I'm going to be averaging that many, right? Like, that can't be right. I mean, what did that... Yeah, I kept the V, which I wonder if keeping the V is right or not. So let's sim... I'm going to sim this. I'm going to sim what I played, which is this. And I'm also going to sim trading 6, because I wasn't sure whether keeping the V is right. I'm confident keeping the S is right. I don't... Okay, so it's liking SV. Well, it's close. Yeah, it's, wow, interesting. It's neck and neck, pretty much. Well, now actually just trading down to S is better. Okay, yeah, now trading down to S is simming significantly ahead, 5 points better. I had this funny feeling during the game, but I just couldn't bring myself to throw back the V. At the same time, though, like, it's 23 points, which is a lot, but when I's are worth 53 and U's are worth 92, 23 just isn't that much. And I think this just really shows you guys, I mean, just how important it is in this game, or any variant, and we've seen it in other variants. Like, I mean, A's worth 100 is probably the most, you know, extreme example, but we've seen it in other variants too, where certain tiles are just so much better than all other tiles. Here it's the I's and the U's, like, just maximizing your turnover for those tiles. The Roman numeral Scrabble too is another example, right, where the M's and the D's were just so much better than everything else. Like, even when you had a C or an L, it scored 100 or 50. Like, okay, that's nice, but you just gotta turn over tiles for the M's and the D's. It's the same sort of thing here, with I's and U's worth so many more. Even the V, which scores 23 points. That's a lot of points. That's way more than any tile in regular Scrabble scores. You're still better off getting rid of it. And we see the margin is getting a little bit closer. Now my exchange keeping the V is actually within 1%, so it's simming a little bit closer now, but in any case, it looks like, according to the sim, trading all the way down to just an S would have been slightly better. So, interesting. Alright, Quackle plays Holt, scores 211, yeah, keeps NX. Again, another pretty dreadful leave, but I guess there just really isn't a good way to, yeah, still just no way to get rid of the X. And it's like Quackle's playing with 6 tiles here, basically, which is really, really annoying. Yeah, bust for 427. Obviously, I hate keeping DVZ. So, oh, 2E's 481. Wow, I did misadd that a little bit. I don't think I want to keep 5 consonants, though. I don't think that's correct. I thought this was more like 400, to be honest, instead of 481. Yeah, I think bust is probably still correct. Like, gives me extra turnover. Yeah. Well, Huh. Interesting. It's actually not even seeming close. Wow. Is it just because, maybe it's just because of this UT in front of the double one, like we saw Quackle play input for 300 plus. It just doesn't want me giving back easy 200 point plays. That's gotta be what it is. Wow, that's fascinating. Yeah, because again, after 2E, like what's he doing with that U? I mean, if he has an E, I guess he could overlap Etui with something with EL there and score like 150. But it's a little harder to do. Wow. I have to imagine it's opponent average score. Let's see. So, opponent's next turn. Yeah, so our opponent averages, well, 38 more after bust. Our next turn, we average... Interesting. So I guess the idea is we only average about 40 more after bust. Our opponent also averages 40 more after bust. Like, I would have thought we average more than 40 more after bust just because of the increased turnover. But I guess we also keep the S, which does have some merit here. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I still find it a little counterintuitive. I mean, keeping 5 consonants seems pretty scary in a game where you just need to keep scoring and making sure you have a good rack as much as you can every turn. But interesting there. Maybe that was a mistake. And then Quackle with input. Again, just sort of keeping this X forever. I mean, it's had it for like 5 turns already. Yeah, I think Quiz has to be right. I mean, yeah, I can score more with Lud, but I don't want to do that. You don't want to open triples in this game, because if it has an I or a U, it can just easily score 300 plus. I think Quiz, I mean, like I said, it gets rid of 2 of the worst tiles in the game, still scores 290. That was definitely the right play. Quackle finally gets rid of this X. I mean, it keeps EEEL, all 0 pointers, which is just gross. I mean, yeah, I guess that's still fine, though. I don't know what else it's going to do. Yeah, Flava, was this correct? Oh, I didn't see Alcoxy. That's nice. I mean, ADFV. I don't really like that as a lead. I mean, again, and this is why, guys, the V, like, it's not a bad tile, but it's not that good. Like, I basically got as much for this V as I possibly could, right? I got 6 times the V because I put it on a double letter and hit a triple. That was like as good a play I could have made with my V, and it's 165 points. Like, it's not that many points compared to what we've been seeing with the I's and the U's. Like, not even close. So that's just, again, like, re-illustrates. Like, the V is just not that good a tile in this game. It's really all about the I's and the U's, and I guess the W's maybe because they're worth 74, but it's a little bit harder to overlap them, and there's just a lot fewer of them too. So, interesting. Yeah, the V is just not that good. Probably still better than Alcoxy to turn over more tiles, though, I would imagine. Quackle plays in for 360, or 385, excuse me. Again, keeping a bad lead, but points are points. Yes, Scary, I think, has to be right. No, I don't want to. I definitely want to turn over tiles. Again, this Y in the triple line, it's 39. If he plays something there, it'll be like 150. That's not that scary. I want the extra turnover for sure. Again, the K, it's 19. So I could save it with Scary, but 19, just like the V worth 23, is just not that good in this game. I need those I's and those U's. That's what I got. Quackle makes a nice play of Deerfly here. I imagine there were bingos. Maybe not. Yeah, I guess there maybe were no bingos here that played. Or maybe they're just not even showing up on the generate choices. But in any case, this is clearly right. I mean, 171 points, sheds a bunch of tiles, and goes for a turnover. Unfortunately for Quackle, I got both of the I's and was able to cash in nicely here. Radii. Well, I don't think I want to open that triple. So, I think Meaty looks good. My next best play that doesn't use both I's scores 160 less, and that's just a lot to give up, I think. And, like, the upside of keeping an I isn't that much, I don't think. So, I think playing Meaty certainly worked out well. Quackle has a horrible rack and is forced to play C for 127. And yeah, now the game's just over on the spot pretty much. I hit Aura for 613 points once again, tripling the U in both directions, hitting this triple letter score, and I get 552 points for the U alone. And yeah, at this point, the game is pretty much over. Quackle kind of in desperation mode. It is 99 points gone because the U is there, but still, yeah, at this point, I'm just going to play defense. I guess I could have even hooked this and scored more, but definitely better to block the G at this kind of score. I mean, if it plays something with a triple with a W, then I could definitely still be in trouble, right? Because the W is worth 74. If it triples with a W and the I, that could actually be over 1,000, because that would be like 130 times 9. Yeah, it could score like 1,200 points if it plays something there. Like if it plays Waiter or something, or Wait, yeah, I guess Waiter, something like that. WEIGHTER or ERS. It could definitely score like 1,200 points. So I need to block that. And yeah, at this point, the game is pretty much over. I bingo with B Paints just to completely steal the deal. I could have even scored more. Wow, that's funny. I could have actually scored more points with Install than bingoing with B Paints, just because, again, this shows you how powerful the I is, right? You get 6 times the value for the I here because it's on a triple letter score, and I get the double word, so that's times 6 for the I. That's 318 for the I alone. Whereas with B Paints, I get triple the value for the I, since the I is on a triple word, but even with that and the 51 bingo bonus, it's still less points than Install. B Paints is probably a better play because it doesn't give back big counterplay on the A column. But it's still pretty amazing that it doesn't even score as much as another play. And Quackle is now forced to block my 300-something point outplay with the W, and I go out with WAD, which I imagine was best. It was. And I go on to win, once again, 36-17 to 25-49. So, what a game. I feel like I played pretty well there. I think it took me a little while to get the hang of the strategy. Judo was definitely a bad play strategically, but I think once I got the hang of it and started realizing how important it was just to go all out for turnover, I started playing better. Quackle definitely made some plays that it shouldn't have made, I would imagine, strategically, and I ended up getting the win here. So that was definitely fun. Shout out to the subscriber who suggested this variant. Really appreciate it. Please do keep those suggestions coming for alternate tile bag Scrabble. Really do appreciate them, and hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all soon for the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.